Hi, princess girl. She's like a parrot.
Oh, she don't know whose shoulder to go on, do you? Oh. I swear, as soon as that camera comes out, she's there. She's like, yeah, me. It's all about
sit
me.
on my knee. Right.
Good girl.
Okay.
Good girl.
So we're back after a short break. It feels long, but I think it was kind of short. We're coming back with a Q&A/life update, catch up with you guys because, as you may know, things have changed and it felt weird to just come back and start into the Christmas videos.
Yeah.
Just out of nowhere. So we thought the best thing to do was to come back, have a bit of a catch up, tell you where we're at, and then from this moment forward, hopefully, fingers crossed, it's going to be Christmas content all the way.
Yes.
All the way. Na, na, na. So we asked you guys for any questions you had on Instagram and we're just going to give you a general update. But before we do, we've got a little bit of excitement, haven't we, Andrea?
We have, haven't we?
Show them what we've got.
Yeah, okay, cheer ourselves up. We got ourselves some much bigger positivity goals.
They're like the size of your head, Anne.
Yeah. It says on the back of them, she believed she could, so she did. And I have that in my office.
Yes,
and I
you
love
do.
that quote.
Oh.
So you're going to choose out the new cards.
Oh my God, this is pressure. The
They're
first card.
actually so big that they're difficult to spread out.
I can imagine. Right. Oh, this is nicely decorated. Rather Christmassy. Remain strong when things go wrong.
Yep. That's a good quote.
Yeah, and in focus.
Really? Are you actually kidding?
Oh well, nothing new.
Okay, so live your week by this, please. Remain strong when things go wrong.
That's a nice, short, sweet, rhyming thing to remember.
Yes, it is. And very apt, I think.
Very apt for the video.
Yeah.
We're going to dive into the questions that you guys asked. We may have to start with the elephant in the room because most of the questions were asking how we're doing. And this is going to be happy and positive. We're not awesome. We're not the best that we have ever been. I can talk about this situation without crying, so I'm going to do that.
You carry on.
Just when someone asks how you are, it kind of triggers something.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, sympathy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard to take.
So if you follow us on Instagram, I know some of you don't, which is another reason why we wanted to talk on here because we haven't addressed what happened the last time on here. And if you don't have Instagram, you're probably like, what the hell is going on with you guys? So I thought that we'd say it here so that everybody knows who would like to know and it's not like ambiguous or anything. It's just quite hard to talk about. So last 2 months ago, just over 2 months ago, we lost Junior, who was the first dog that we've lost out of our team of 4. It was a shock. It kind of came out of nowhere. And it felt like the end of the world. I'm not going to lie. The reason it was a shock because he was only 8 years old. He turned 8 in August. This is his twin, Bonnie. Just a short synopsis of what happened. He was completely and utterly fine himself. He was a young dog, had bags of energy and life in him. And over a 2-week period, he just completely went downhill. Was showing signs of what looked like a stomach bug, a bad stomach bug, but a stomach bug. Because I was Googling like crazy. I'd diagnosed him multiple different times. But at the end of that, it turns out what it actually was a tumour on his heart. It was the biggest one that the specialist had ever seen. He couldn't believe that he was so okay with it. We knew he wasn't okay because he wasn't himself, but he was coping so unbelievably well. It's just incredible. He showed us a scan of it and the tumour was actually the same size as his heart. He said he'd never seen one that big. So he just couldn't believe that he was that brave, that he could cope with that so well. So up until that point, he wasn't himself at all, but he was okay. And then over that weekend, as soon as we knew what he'd got, he really went downhill. And unfortunately, we had to say goodbye to him on the Monday after the weekend. But super grateful that we got that time to know what was wrong with him. And also the fact that he lived so long with something that could have taken him so much sooner. The vet said that he could have been growing that for like a year. So he managed to come to the new house, enjoy himself, have the best life, and we couldn't be more grateful for that. Then, unfortunately, we were always worried that because he was the youngest, the oldest probably doesn't have much longer after that. You always think when you've got dogs, with anything, you assume that the oldest will go first, but that's not always the case, as we've learned. So 2 months later, which has just happened, we lost Tinkerbell, which is our oldest dog.
That's purely old age.
Purely old age. She was 14. Again, was completely and utterly fine, but just went off all of her legs. Her little, cute little legs. It was 1 day less than 2 months after Junior. It was on Poppy Day. And again, just a shock, because 2 months later you don't think you're going to lose 2 out of 4. So it's just such a weird situation to be in. It still feels like we're living in some sort of film, because our whole life has changed and they're such a big part of our life. So it takes some getting used to. You have to remind yourself constantly that they're not here, but we make sure that it feels like they are still here, because we never stop talking about them. And yeah, we're not great, but we're coping. We're going to be okay. It's just one of those situations where you're never going to be the same again. And anyone who's been through this will probably know that. So, yeah, I'm going to move on to the next question.
So, moving on.
Some people were asking, are we going to get another dog? Will you get any more fur babies? It helps to heal the pain. And we've been through all the emotions with this, because obviously we had 4. When you're used to 4 running around, it's quite extreme to go from 4 to 2. Obviously, we still have 2 dogs. So it's a really weird feeling of, when Junior went, we were like, okay, we can never ever go through this again. We never want another dog. We can't do it. But having them really outweighs, the positives outweigh the negatives. So while we have these 2, we're not going to be getting another dog, because we want to give them the best life, give them all our time and attention that they deserve, because they've lost 2. But in the future, never say never.
Never say never.
Yeah. It's not going to happen anytime soon at all.
No.
Fingers crossed, flipping out. Can't be that unlucky. I get when people do it because you have this massive hole that you feel the need to fill, but it's just, for us, it's not the right decision right now. Happy questions, please.
Thank you.
Are you excited for Christmas? What are your plans this year? Sending you so much love too. Thank you. By the way, thank you for all the messages and comments once again. Flipping out. You guys must be like, what is going on? Oh, God. You literally couldn't write it. Hang on. I'm getting a phone call. Hello? Are you excited for Christmas? Right, we're trying to get in the Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
But I now understand when people don't necessarily enjoy the Christmas period coming up, because when you're not experiencing it like you used to, the happy, magical time, and it's going to be very, very different for us this year, it's hard to get excited about it. So we have got plans for Christmas. It's not going to be a traditional Christmas. So question again, mate. I thought, wait, Christmas question. Sorry, Anne, I'm not letting you speak. I just don't want you to have to cry.
No.
So we have got plans. We're just going to have it as our house this Christmas. It's the first Christmas in our new house. We didn't expect it to be like this, but so grateful that last Christmas we got on film. That's on YouTube if you want to watch it. That was a classic Christmas for us, so to have that on film is so special. And we didn't know that they were the 2 members that weren't going to be with us this year, but you have to kind of create new traditions when they're not the same anymore. Someone said that, I was watching a video and someone said that, and I thought that's so true. You don't try and recreate what's gone, because it'll never be the same. It's time to create new traditions and make the best of the situation. Why is the Christmas question? I'm so sorry. I think the last time we went through this, so many of you said that don't worry if it's not a happy, upbeat video, because positivity can also be knowing that someone else is going through the same thing as you and not everything's okay. So I hope that this has made someone else feel better about their situation, because it's pretty rubbish. And I know a lot of you are going through exactly the same thing at the same time, or have gone through it. So yeah, in answer to the Christmas question, we're not looking forward to it yet, I'm not going to lie, but we've got a lot planned.
To take our mind off
video-wise, to take our mind off things, hopefully get us in the Christmas spirit, get you guys in the Christmas spirit, and make the best of a not-so-great situation.
Yeah.
Holy moly, Andrew, we've got to film a lot of videos after this. This is meant to be a filming day. Are you going to do 12 days of Christmas videos? What have you got planned for festive content? So yes, following on from that, we said we might do the 12 days of Christmas videos again. Obviously that was at a time when everything was a little bit happier, but we do want to do that again.
That's still our intention, isn't it?
That's our intention. We've got it all planned out, every single video that we would like to do. So fingers crossed that happens. We're planning on starting that today, aren't we, Andrea? Try and get ahead of ourselves a bit, 'cause it's all very hectic.
It is hectic, yes. When I look back to last year, I remember banging them out day after day after day. And we were literally doing them in the morning, they were going up in the evening. I know. It was crazy.
And you know what I was thinking as well, Anne? That was when we had good Wi-Fi. These days, we're living in the caveman times. This is going to be like...
shocking Wi-Fi, yeah, you're right.
Bad. But yeah, we're going to do our best to get that done. So make sure you subscribe for the 12 days of Christmas videos, which I think start on the 12th. Is it? I don't know, I'm not very good with my dates, but we will have Christmas videos from now onwards. Okay. Do you have a traditional Christmas dinner or mix it up a bit? Andrea, I'll let you answer this one.
Oh my goodness, no, we definitely mix it up. Of course we do. We're a mixed up kind of group, aren't we? Well, so random with our Christmas meal. So we've had stew and dumplings, we've had salmon, we've had beef. We have pretty much everything except turkey. Obviously McKenna's vegetarian or pescatarian, so you know she'll have the fish, but that's it. And on a couple of occasions I have forgotten that, and actually she's just had 15 veg. Because one thing we don't mix up is I always like to have loads of different vegetables. I like to have all my pans on with all my veg in them, and I just get so excited by the colour of the plate.
It is like a full-on roasty kind of meal usually, apart from that year that we had the pulled beef with the kidney beans and rice.
It was pork,
was it pork? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it was pork.
But it was a fancy dish for Christmas. But we've never she's farted. We've never really had a traditional Christmas dinner. It doesn't really bother us to have that. We're just saying this year we're just gonna have whatever the hell we want. Yeah.
I thought about it and I thought, you know what we might do is just pick out our favourite meal and each of us have that. Yeah. Why not? Might as well. We're going full out to try and pep ourselves up. Yeah. That's what we're doing,
I'm saying F the traditions.
Yeah.
Because you can't rely on anything. You can't rely on traditions because you never know.
Yeah.
So, oh my God, pungent fart. Pungent. Ooh. I tasted it on my tongue.
Bonnie.
Holy moly.
My goodness.
Any house updates? How is the house coming on? How's life in your new home?
Thank you for asking. That's really nice of you, because obviously all the stress of the pets and whatnot has sort of taken precedent. But the truth is we're still living in rather a jumbled up situation, aren't we?
Yeah.
We try to make it as livable as possible, but there's still things that need to be done. Certainly lots of things that need to be done. And we're just trying to live with it.
It's a really nice house to live in. It could have been so much worse, but a lot of things are breaking that needed fixing, and it's a bit of, at the moment, shoving all our furniture from the old house that fitted the old house into a different shaped house.
It doesn't quite fit.
Yeah, it's a funny thing. We're just making do with the stuff we've got. Life in the new house is really great. Obviously, you know that I was a bit sceptical back in the day about moving. It does feel like home. We all get the best out of this place. We're so glad that all the dogs managed to come here, because all we used to say when we were moving is, you're going to love your new house so much because it's such a bigger garden.
Yeah.
And they did. They got the absolute most out of this house. And if we'd have had to leave them at the other house, that would have felt so much harder to come here, whereas we know that we've come here and obviously we've been through a lot of trauma since we've been here.
But that's not down to the house.
We're not blaming it on the house, because Junior, we're pretty sure, would have had his tumour in the other house. Like, I'm 99.9% sure of that. And Tinkerbell, for a long time, her nerves in her legs haven't been awesome. So, yeah, we're not blaming it on the house at all. And good vibes only house. Yeah. It's just that, I don't know, it's a weird situation, because obviously it's a new house, it's all like happy, but at the same time we've been through the worst time in this house.
Yeah.
But I suppose it's the time of your life, isn't it? Like, they're not puppies anymore.
No.
We're getting older. It's just different. It's a different stage in our life, and we're just taking all the good things from this. There is an update.
There's an update.
We've got a new bathroom.
We have got a new bathroom.
Right. Please, if you have Instagram, you're going to have to follow Instagram because I've got a very good reel planned, right?
Yeah.
This bathroom, we didn't show in the house tour because in the nicest possible way, the bathroom was horrendous, falling to pieces, and also, we didn't know this, but had a major leak that was making the whole thing mouldy. So it needed to come out.
Yeah.
So the first house project is the new bathroom that has been done.
Yeah.
And
it looks rather fabulous.
oh God, we're obsessed with. We're literally just standing there like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah,
because it's like the first stamp on the new house, isn't it, of ours?
It's exactly. It's the first thing that's our style in here.
Yeah.
And so it feels like, okay, now it's started.
That feels like
ours. It's a bit like the egg timer now. We can start getting on with things.
Yeah.
And it's
like the start of what's to come.
Yeah.
Oh, this is nice, Anne. What's your favourite thing about each other? Please keep Anne on. I think you're both fab.
What's Anne on?
Oh, thanks. That means anonymous. She doesn't want us to say her name.
Oh, okay.
What's your favourite thing about each other?
Oh, you go first.
On the spot.
I know. I was just thinking. I've got lots of things that are my favourite about you.
I would say one of my favourite things. I'll think of something else when we finish this video. One of my favourite things is you are up for anything with anyone.
Ah.
In a nice, not dodgy way. Like, she's very...
You mean spontaneous?
Spontaneous. If somebody rang you up and said, Andrea, do you want to come and do this with me? You'd be like, yeah, of course. And you drop everything and you go and do it. Not drop everything and leave someone else in the shiz.
Yeah.
But, like, she's always there for everybody like that. And I really like that about you. Nothing is too much stress or too much on your plate.
Yeah.
Your plate is massive, mate. I don't know how you do it.
Aww.
She can fit a lot on that plate. I'm on a side plate. She is on a flipping platter.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, my favourite thing about you, I think... Oh dear, there's so many things.
Struggling to think of more.
No, I'm just... What I'm trying to do is
think of the best one.
No, is it almost like word it correctly?
Oh, okay.
So you just have this innocence about you. So the fact that you don't swear.
That's your favourite thing about
No. This is like a whole bunch of things, right? That come under the same thing. Maybe you can think of the word.
Okay.
But like I say, the innocence of you is that you don't swear. If I'm having a negative day, then you'll be going, and come on, only positive vibes. It's just this really Disney outlook on life.
Yeah.
That makes you just the sweetest person to be in the company of.
I love that.
I remember once I'd said something, I was probably a little snappy. Let's put it that way with her. And she sort of went, that's made me sad. And I just thought, oh, so she doesn't like snap back. She's just like, oh God, just so innocent and lovely.
That's really nice, and
I can't believe I made you.
I'm like an innocent smoothie.
Yeah, well. You like an innocent smoothie, don't you?
I do. I have that for my breakfast.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Yeah, I think that's my favourite thing. Yeah, that you're just so your goodness.
Oh,
You're like
that's
just
nice.
that most loyal, pleasant, lovely person to be around.
Keep going, Anne. Keep going. I was going to say stop it. Don't stop.
There's literally nothing that is not nice about you. You're just lovely.
Stop. Don't stop.
Stop.
I love
Don't
it.
stop.
I love
Stop.
it.
Don't stop.
Oh, okay. Has Andrea got any funny stories of when she was a teenager / young adult? Or are there any stories of Andrea's young years that McKenna doesn't know about? Oh, this is more to this. Hope you're both keeping well. Also, watching you guys with my mum is my fave part of the day.
So, right, okay, that part there, the mother-daughter relationship with somebody else watching us makes me almost tear up.
That's lovely.
That is lovely, and that's what is really special. It doesn't have to be your mother or daughter, it could be any relationship. If you're sat there enjoying
with somebody else.
Yeah, I think that's lovely. And if you're on your own and you can get that sort of positivity from watching us talk about absolute random shite, then
she does swear.
Then I think that is lovely. That really warms my heart.
Yeah, that's really... can I just say, I'm not a prude. I don't swear because I never force myself to swear. So I have
She
this
changes
theory.
a swear word. That's what
I say
she does.
sugar a lot. Or F off.
Yeah, or she goes like this.
Oh, I swear with my forefinger. I sound like a child, but the reason is, and I'm not offended by swearing because my family swear like crazy, all of them, right? But I actually find swearing really funny. One issue is I have quite a baby-like voice. I have like a bit of a lisp thing. And it sounds a bit strange when a swear word comes out of my mouth. It sounds like a baby swearing. So that's my first thing. Second thing is, I have a theory. If you never force yourself to swear when you're little, then you don't have it in your vocab to then swear when you're older. So when I was younger, I knew swearing was wrong and I didn't do it. Because you always told me that, even though you swore all the time. And I was so like, I'm not going to swear. And so because I never thought, I'm going to say the F word, I didn't get it in my vocab, so now it's not a part of my vocab. Sugar does just the job. Do you know what I mean?
And she'll go, oh, sugar. And that makes me wet myself because that's her angry.
But it's not a part of my vocab. That's the only reason. It's not a part of my vocab, and I sound stupid if I swear, so I just don't do it.
Oh.
Anyway, back to the question. What's the question? Oh, have you got any funny stories that I don't know about?
I have got some funny stories.
Oh, go on, give me one.
Oh, which one to pick?
Give us a juicy one.
What?
Juicy.
Like a woman growing up kind of juicy.
Well,
out on the
whatever
town
it is,
kind of
I want
juicy.
some juice. Woman going out on the town, that sounds good. Give us that one.
Right, okay. I'm going to tell you one of the funniest things. I mean, it's just one of a whole load of things that was funny.
Yeah.
When I was an older teenager, 17, 18, 19, up to nearly 20, me and my friend, I won't use her name, she knows who she is, used to go out on the town 3 or 4 times a week. We're absolutely living our best life, having the best time, laughing. Every time we came back, we worked together as well, so every time we came back into work, the girls at the office would go, oh, what happened last night then? Because we're always full of stories and it was always really, bonkers, wasn't it? Anyway, on this one particular occasion we were out and this wasn't us at all. We were just having a great time. So we didn't used to drink at all. When I say used to, I'm just talking about like these days, not having any rosé. Back in the day, she was always doing the driving, just because I'd travelled in on the train. So she didn't drink because she was driving, so I didn't drink. So we would be on water or Coke, as in a drink of Coke, and just, having the best time.
Literally. You had to reiterate that.
Station.
Oh, it was either water or Coke.
You don't know, what people are thinking, do you? Anyway, come on, I've got to fast forward, otherwise this is then a boring story. So we were out, back in the day, right, 80s, Rick Astley time. Come on, everybody that's watching this, think back, right? You used to wear tops with a little peplum skirt round the bottom of the top,
yeah,
and then a short black skirt and thick black tights, right? That was the look,
yeah,
right? Awesome. My top was very square necked, and myself and my friend were out. She was absolutely gorgeous, fabulous figure, but much smaller than me, and she always wore heels, whereas I tended to go more flat, so I didn't look like Gigantor next to her. And we were just loving life, right, having a great time. We got talking to these two lads, and we were chatting away, and we didn't have the same taste at all. So she was talking to one and I was talking to another, and I thought, he's looking at my chest. He can stop that. That's a bit random.
And is this appropriate for YouTube?
Well, come on, we're all in this together, aren't we, right?
Where's this going?
Okay, so anyway, I thought, well, you can look, sunshine, because you're not having any. That's what I was thinking. Anyway, we're having a laugh. It was all very funny, blah, blah, blah. I get home that night and taking off my clothes, so it's probably 2 a.m, something like that. We've got work the next morning, but who cares? We've had a great night. Taking off my clothes, went to look at my bra, and as I looked down like that, there's this piece of chewing gum nestled between my chuzzes. Right? Chewed chewing gum. I was like, what the hell? What the hell is going on? Right? So, I put that in the bin. God knows where that had come from. Took my bra off, got shabby, and went into bed. Next morning, get back to work, was recounting this story. Then the horror came over me that the reason this lad was probably checking out my chuzzes was because he thought I probably kept spare chewing gum between my chuzzes. But as I was recounting this story, my friend, right, she's listening to it all and we're laughing, really crying, going, oh my God, how embarrassing. And then she went, oh, I do remember that I was chewing gum at one stage and then I thought I've had a feeling that I'd swallowed it. And I was like, where's that? Where's that gone? But it just disappeared. And what transpires is, obviously because we were talking, talking, la, 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 the chewing gum must have popped out of her mouth, because remember, she was a lot shorter than me, landing between my chuzzes, and left me in this embarrassing situation where this lad thinks that's where I keep it for a safe place.
Oh no, that's horrendous.
It's horrendous. Horrendous. And if you knew me, you know, I'm very ladylike like that type of thing. That is definitely not my thing or hers. So when we were talking about it the next day, oh my God. I've gone goose now thinking about it. The shame of it. The shame.
Oh, that is funny.
But it was ever so funny at the time.
Oh, I think we need some more of that. What is something that you two do together that's become a tradition every year?
Oh, flipping heck.
That's a good question.
Well, this is creating a lot of traditions, isn't it?
Yes.
I feel
Primark
like
call
that.
every month.
Yeah. We do a lot of this together, funnily enough.
To be fair, this is the thing that we mainly do together. When we go out together, it's revolving around what we're doing for a video, usually.
Typically, yeah. We have very different interests and likes, don't we? So, you know, I'll be up till late and, you know, I'm like the 20-something and Bob's like...
Yeah, I'm like the mother.
Yeah. Yeah. So my mum always says, do you remember Absolutely Fabulous? My mum always thinks that McKenna's like the... What's her name? Safi of the relationship. And I'm the...
She's like the wild teenager.
Yeah.
I'm like the sensible lady that's like, Andrea,
Yes.
you need to calm it down.
Yeah, she does that.
No, literally, last night, one of my friends came round for tea and I'm sat there in my robe, robe and dressing gown, my pyjamas and dressing gown, just chilling around the table, I cooked tea, just like sipping on my water, got my dog on my knee. Andrea comes in from work, has a shower, and he's got head to toe glam, and he's going out to a party, and I'm like, all right, see ya. And my mate's literally sat there like...
What did he say?
He's like, everything's very fast in your house, isn't it? I was like, oh, tell me about it. Like, you don't know the half of it, mate.
Yeah, we're a bit of a whirlwind, aren't we?
Just a bit. Yes, what tradition?
Oh, sorry.
We're not very tradition people. We're more off the cuff, randomly do stuff people. Like, there's nothing... I feel like life is too hectic to stick to traditions because we never remember to stick to it.
Yeah.
So,
things that I like, though, around certain periods of the year.
Yeah.
I really like when we maybe go to an outdoor cinema and we go fully dressed in our pyjamas and
that was
robe.
a Christmas thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, we take hot chocolate and squirty cream and marshmallows.
Yeah.
And we put the quilt around us, so it doesn't matter if it's snowing outside, which one year it was.
Yeah.
And we're in the car and we're steaming up a bit, watching the film, loving life. That's
nice.
That's nice at Christmas.
Yeah.
Other times of the year that I really like is I've always made a big fuss on Valentine's Day, haven't I?
I was just going to say, there is a tradition on Valentine's Day where somebody, I don't know who, sends me a card every year, signed with a question mark. We always used to go on holiday on Valentine's, or around Valentine's Day, and somehow in the suitcase, my Valentine managed to send me a card every year. And Carter, in the same handwriting. Oh wait, my mum's handwriting. She didn't even try to make it different. Same with the Tooth Fairy. Shelby, my Tooth Fairy, had the same handwriting as Andrea and my mum. We need to maybe work on traditions, but like I said, traditions are tricky because they're lovely, but then if you can't continue that tradition...
You feel like you've let somebody down.
Yeah, because I feel like Christmas probably was the biggest tradition that we had. It was always the same, always both sets of grandparents, always our mushrooms around us. Mushrooms are these lot. Mushy heads. And it was, Christmas, I think, was probably the only constant in our life that was pretty similar.
Yeah.
And that's not going to be the same anymore, so we're going to have to end it here because we're flashing red on battery. We can't be flashing red. Right.
Oh no, mate, before you go, what to tell you? We have got to end it here because I've had these flipping socky things on, right?
No.
Yeah, and it says take them off after 90 minutes, and I'm now on about 180 minutes. So if my feet fall off because dry skin's going to come
I
off
thought
my
you'd
feet.
have learnt your lesson with those.
I know. Well, I did that once and I looked like a pigeon.
It didn't go well last time.
It didn't
For
go
a
well
long
last
time.
time.
You looked like you were not all right in the feet department.
Well, I've had a horrible thought as well.
What?
I've got my weeks wrong and I thought I was at a wedding next week. So I thought, do it today. It won't start shedding until next week. The wedding is the week after that, which means I'm going to be full on mid-shed.
No, Anne.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I'm snookered. Ugh, this is going to be horrible. What have I done? I can't wear the shoes I was going to wear now. I don't know.
Flipping out. Right, let's do a shout out quickly. Today's shout out goes to Alison, have wheels, will travel. I don't know if I said that because that was your name on YouTube. I can't remember. Andrew, stop laughing. I must have written that for a reason.
Yeah,
maybe
must have.
you said because that's your name on YouTube. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
This was probably written a long time ago.
Yeah, she's got a long old list
Okay.
here.
Alison, thank you so much for commenting. Thanks for being so lovely. We really appreciate it. I recognise that name, Have Wheels, Will Travel. I'm pretty sure it's the YouTube name. I'm pretty sure. Thank you so much for bearing with us and watching through this rollercoaster of emotions. We're all
Thank
up
you
to
for all the
date.
messages.
Yes.
Really, you've taken time out. Even now, a week later,
Yeah.
I'm getting
Asking if
constant,
we're all right
yeah,
and-
which is so
yeah.
thoughtful and so kind, and then that reduces me to tears as well.
Okay, right, let's leave it there.
We haven't done the mother-daughter diary thing.
Oh, sugar! If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, comment and share with a friend because we're about to die on the camera. And please do that. And then we'll see you on Monday with the first of the Christmas videos.
Bye!